Okay, so we're going to start this video off with actually in-game settings. Now, a lot of the settings I will be showing you are not necessarily in-game settings. A lot of them are out-of-game settings that you do to your computer or whatever it is that you're playing on, and they help more than the in-game settings will. There's a few in here that actually do help you a lot more than you would realize, but once you change these settings, you'll understand that they help you a lot. So we're going to go ahead and start off with the first page. Obviously, the only thing that you need is performance. A lot of people say Direct 11 helps them too if they lower all the settings. For me, no, it's just performance. Every PC I've been on a few. Performance mode is the best for me every single time. Scrolling down, all these on low. You can have view distance up one, but it doesn't do anything. A lot of people mistake it for view distance being how far away you can see enemies, and that's not true. The enemy view distance is always the exact same no matter what this is on. This can be all the way up to epic. You still see people the same range as somebody with their thing on near would. The only thing view distance does is if there's, let's say, you're gliding down, right? You see loot on the ground, you're like, you don't know what it is. That's because your view distance is on near, right? You'll just see the color of it. Like it'll be blue. It'll be like a big pot. It'll be blue. That's what the view distance is. If you have this on Epic, you'll be able to see it. But having that happen, there's a lot more stuff being rendered in, causing your FPS to be a little bit lower. So that's really up to you. If you have a good, PC, go ahead. Up to you. It doesn't really matter. But if you have a bad PC, I recommend just keeping this all the way down. Textures or message, that's pretty self-explanatory. You want that low. So FPS, up to you. On doesn't really affect anything. Yeah, it's something moving on your screen at all times. Might affect it a tad, but it's not even going to affect it by probably 1 FPS. Like you're fine. You could have this on if you want that on. I don't know what this is. Report performance stats. I just have it disabled. Moving on, audio is completely up to you. There's no setting in audio that even affects your stuff, except for some people were saying if you have your sound quality on low, that actually helps your input delay. I haven't noticed that difference. You could try it for yourself. Let me know in the comment section if that does help you, and maybe I'll redo this video and put that in there, and I'll give you a shout out if it's actually nice. I don't know. Moving on to this. There's only a few settings in here that you need off, and they're quite obvious except for the last two. And high quality replays off. That is one of the main settings you want off. You do not want that on at all. Scroll down here. These two settings are something you 1000% don't want on. I've seen many people have these settings on, and their game runs like absolute garbage. And then when they fix it, they turn them off. Perfect. Their game runs so good. It's energy savers. Makes your PC work harder than it really needs to, and it's not something you want on. Turn those off. Give it a shot. You're gonna definitely feel the difference. Other than that, that's pretty much it for actual graphic settings or anything like that really affects you. If you do want to know my keybinds or anything like that, you're in the channel, you see my comp videos, and you're like, yeah, I want to try sensitivity. It's just 3.0, 3.0, 30, 30, 115, 125 on 1600 DPI, 1600 DPI. And speaking of DPI, there's only two DPIs you actually need for gaming, and that's either 800 or 1600. You understand, 800 is half of 1600, so whatever your sense is here, just up it by, whatever it would be if it was half. So 6 is what I would play on 800 DPI. So if you do play 800 DPI and you like that and you want to try my sensitivity, put this to 6. It's that easy. And it goes for all of this, except for like the building and editing. That's 100% up to you. This is like, I'm not sure what it would be for the other thing. It's definitely not up it, but do whatever you want for that. You can just mess around with that. Here's my what's it called? Double movement settings for in Fortnite, 75, 90, 135. I feel like that's the best. I did make videos earlier on how to fix the movement, which the movement's pretty much good now. They've done updated it, and that's all good. So I do have my stuff back, but here's my keybinds. Pause this, slow it down, do whatever you need to do, copy the settings. It's really nothing. A lot of people think my keybinds are weird, but I think they're really good for beginner keyboard and mouse players, just because they're extremely comfortable. A lot of it's like labeled too, because I'm a little dumb, so I kind of just labeled my keybinds so I could literally never forget, and I feel like that helped me a little bit with like remembering what's what and like muscle memory and stuff, because you'll get used to it pretty quick. But other than that, that's pretty much it for Fortnite settings, because we're going to go ahead and move on to some graphics card settings that you can change if you're a Nvidia user. Alright, so now that we're over on our Nvidia settings, these are these settings. We're going to go ahead and start with these settings right here, that are the best for any graphic. This goes for any graphics you have that's Nvidia. These are the best settings. I don't know what these other YouTubers are talking about, but they have all this stuff changed. All this needs to be off, man. I don't listen to them. I know it's like, yeah, this guy has 4,000 subs. He only posts a couple thousand views. I promise you, bro. Just listen to what I'm saying. If you don't like it, just reset it. But turn all of these off. Don't listen to those other people that are saying these need to be on. And go ahead I mean, you can list them if you want, but I promise you, it's just not good settings. Just copy these ones, and if you scroll down, um, here's everything. You could always pause it, slow it down, do whatever you need to do to copy these. But these are the perfect settings for Nvidia. You don't need anything else here, okay? Promise you, your game, you're gonna have no input delay after using these settings. Your FPS, it might not do nothing crazy different for your FPS. It will help it a little bit. This is more of an input delay kind of setting. It really helps your input delay in games. So like how fast, like if you were to click something, how fast it would react in game, right? You click edit, how fast you'll edit. That's what input delay is. There's this as well. Yours might look like this, be on quality and be in the middle. Just put this on use performance, right? Use my performance, and then put it down to performance, and then click the middle option, and then click apply down here. It might bug out for a second, freeze, whatever, and then you're good. That is it for this. If you do like, what's it called? Any like stretch res, make sure you have your stuff changed over here to 240 1920. Make sure you have your monitor stretched. It helps you in game. You can actually play full screen, which gives you less delay than all the other ones. Like windowed full screen, all that stuff is just extra delay you really don't need added onto your computer. And these are definitely by far the best settings you can have for Nvidia. And I'm like, that's not even exaggerating. These are the best. I don't know what else you could change to this to make it any better at all. All right. But moving on, we're going to go on to a few other settings that I have. And they're actually in the Epic Games Launcher. Now that we're in the Epic Games Launcher, all you really need to change in here is you click these three dots. If you bully me about my hours, there's going to be a problem in the comment section. I might have to bully you back, just so you know. 2,600 hours is not a lot. Okay. Anyways, move on. Options, right? This is a big one. A lot of people don't know anything about this, and that's why I'm going to go ahead and show you. Nobody will tell you about this either. You really got to look this up on YouTube. You ask somebody, how do you have less delay? They're just going to talk about my Fortnite settings. They're not going to tell you nothing I'm going over right now, okay? You need to make sure yours looks just like this. When you first open this up and you haven't messed with this, yours is more than likely going to look like this, okay? And that is bad, all right? High resolution textures, obviously that's going to give you bad FPS. Right, Direct 12 shaders you don't need. You're using performance mode, okay? Unless you play in Direct 12, get off that and go to performance mode, okay? This uninstalls it. It will also free up some space on your PC because it's getting rid of the stuff. Fortnite Save the World, if you play it, keep it. If you don't play it, get rid of it. No point in having it. And then pre-downloaded stream assets. What this does is when you're in a game, okay, and there's a bunch of people with skins that are all pixelated and whatever, it's constantly rendering that all the time. So if you do this, click that off, hit apply, bam, you have a little update down here. After changing all these settings, might take you 2 minutes, whatever it is. That's all fixed. Your game's gonna run a lot better. That right there will help you with your FPS a lot. Now moving on, right, there's one more thing you can do in here, and you click manage, right? Instead of options, you click manage, and you can verify your files. Now if you have like something corrupt in your Fortnite files, and there can be things that are corrupt, and it can cause FPS problems and screen tearing, like, which is when your screen freezes and then unfreezes really bad, and it's hard to fight when you're having that. You click verify. It does a quick little thingy down here, quick little update, boom, 40% already. It's really quick, and it'll actually get rid of that. It'll fix everything, and it's really easy to do. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead and give that a shot. I think verifying your files will help you out a lot too. Once that's done, that's pretty much it for over here. There is a few other things that you can do. I'm just not going to go over. They're kind of pointless. They don't help you out too much. But if you do want to know more you can do with the Epic Games Launcher, just let me know in the comment section, and I got you. I'll go ahead and do a quick rundown of a few things you can do in there. So last thing that I'm going to go over in this video for like settings wise, like that's outside of the game, is this. So you go here, go to percent. Okay, that was not a percent sign. Percent local, app, data, and then percent. And you click enter, all right? Once you click enter, you might get flashbanged by the white screen right here, okay? If you get flashbanged, I'm sorry. Go to Fortnite game. You just scroll down, Fortnite game. Click saved. Go to config, as if you're switching your resolution. Windows client. See this right here? Go ahead, click this. Just delete it. I've already done it. No point in doing it. Delete it. It'll delete your game user settings if they're messed up. And then you relaunch Fortnite. And when you relaunch Fortnite, it'll ask you, do you want to relaunch with Direct 11? Relaunch with Direct 11, reset up all your graphics settings, and your game should run a lot smoother if you're having screen tearing or any problems like that. But other than that, the last thing I would like to talk about, this is less of a graphical setting, it's more of a ping setting, and it helps you more than you can imagine. A lot of people don't realize how much these apps help you, and there's only one way to know. Give it a shot. The link to download this is in the description. 100% try it out for free. There's no point in not trying. Like, I don't know, a lot of you guys are like, no, I'm not gonna install that because I don't know if it'll work. It's free. Just try it. And that's all I think. That's all I'm saying, all right? And you can boost any game you can possibly think of. Like literally any game you can think of. All the way, like, just, you could scroll through this, you could scroll for hours, boost anything you want, bro. And it works good. But in order to run the games, you will have to close the game that you're on, go to this app, which is Gear Up Booster, which is in the description if you'd like to download it. You click on the app, and you click boost. It will launch through the app, and then it'll load the game up, and it's running way better, I promise. Your game's gonna be nice. So yeah, give it a shot, all right? I highly recommend trying this app out.